Hey guys, today is drawing day, so we're going to try something a little bit different. In class, we would be using paper and pencil. Online is going to be a little bit different. Now, if what we're doing online is a little bit too much for you, you are welcome to do paper and pencil. Just take a picture of it and send it to me instead of doing the online work. So first thing first, we're going to talk about the fundamentals of sketching. In any design, you noticed in the design squad videos, they all drew pictures. Drawing pictures is a way to think through your design, convey your ideas to other people, and then it just uses lines and symbols to describe what you're talking about. So get out of your head what you're thinking so that other people can also get on board with what you're doing. It's an easy way to brainstorm, communicate with other people, and document measurements as to how large you want something to be. There are a couple of sketching techniques. There are three types of lines. You have a vertical line, horizontal line, and an inclined line using graph paper. There are four different types of lines. You have your, it's called an alphabet of lines. So you have your construction line, which is a very lightly drawn line used to just really easily sketch it out, easily erased. Then you have your object line, which is a little bit darker. It shows the outside edges of your object. You have your hidden lines showing that there's something in the sketch that you can't see from that particular angle. And then you have your center lines, which typically show the center of an object, center of a circle, things of that nature. These are some examples of those types of lines that you may or may not see in different drawings between now and the end of your high school career. So the object line obviously is the dark line on the outside edge. Construction line is a line that you use to kind of help draft certain ideas, certain lines. Then your hidden lines show that there's a circle there, but you can't see it from that angle. Your center lines show that there's a center, that is the center of that shape. Pictorial sketches show the shape of an object. It shows the height, the width, and the depth of an object. There are two different types of pictorial sketches, isometric and perspective. You've been doing perspective drawings in art class probably since kindergarten. However, isometric sketches are a little bit different, and those are what engineers use to convey their ideas. So when you look at an engineer's drawing, it is more of an isometric rather than a perspective. Isometric sketches show the width and depth of an object, shows the height, width, and depth of an object in one view, which is why it's preferred. It does have a horizon line, which is at a 30-degree angle. So when we draw, we use this horizon line to kind of start our project. So this is a V. Now this is done on regular graph paper. Which makes it a little bit more difficult to do an isometric cube. Um, Engineers are going to use what's called isometric graph paper. This is what we're going to do. We're going to do a thumbnail isometric sketch. So we're going to create this sketch in our worksheet today. So I'm going to work through that with you. This is front, top, and side of an object. All right, that's going to come into play later on. It's going to show your height, your width, and your depth all in one view. It's very important. So this is going to be a video that you will watch. It's going to kind of walk you through the how to draw these out. These are the three of the shapes that we will be doing together. Perspective is a way to draw that shows a view of the object in a realistic way. It uses vanishing points that are used to guide the lines in the object to the horizon line. I don't think they're really very realistic. They kind of stretch it out a little bit, but that is something that most people use. There are two different types of perspective. You have one-point perspective that shows one point vanishing point. So basically all of these sides go to one point, okay? So if you notice this length of this and the length of this are two different sizes, okay? In an isometric, these would be the same size. In a perspective, they are not the same size, okay? Same here. This is a 2-point perspective. There's two vanishing points. And then in this way, this looks like an isometric cube. However, with the V here, however, this line and this line are not the same size. That is the main difference between isometric and perspective. We are going to also do some orthographic drawings. This is what engineers use orthographic sketches to show the true size and shape of an object. It basically takes your 3D shape and it breaks it into front, top, and side view so that you can get all of the angles and all of the dimensions that you need to recreate this shape either in a CAD drawing or say on cardboard, or if you're going to actually make a prototype out of it. So we are going to practice this. I'm going to walk through two of the shapes with you, through the video. So make sure you watch those to kind of help you through it. All right, now I want to, just before we start the videos, I want to go over where you're going to find the information you need. So this is the worksheet that you're going to put your work. Using Desmos, you have two choices. You can use Desmos to create the drawings in the slideshow, include a snippet or a screenshot of those, and then put those in here. Or you can use, I have this worksheet in Cami, and I also have it in Google Drawing, or you can use it in Desmos. Any of those is fine with me. So you're going to basically do 7 shapes. These 3 are only going to be isometric, and these 4 are going to be isometric and orthographic. Okay, so these 3 shapes we're going to use Desmos, and then these 4 shapes we're going to use these worksheets here that have your isometric shape here and your front, top, and side here. Okay, so there's 4 of these, one for each drawing. Okay, so we'll work through that. So I'm going to give you some options here. So if you click this link right here, this is going to take you to a Cami worksheet. And this Cami worksheet, you could in fact draw your isometric, your orthographic, using your shapes tool. So if I wanted to draw a cube here, I'm going to use my graph and I'm going to draw my lines here. Okay, and then I'm going to go up. So I'm going to do the same thing I would do with paper pencil. The only difference is I'm going to use the shapes tool. Okay, so this is just an example, not a very good one, but this is an example of how to use Cami this way. And then if I were to do front, top, and side, this is my front view. Then my front view is going to go down here. Then I would draw my front view using the same tool. Okay. Now, please make sure you're watching the video. The video, it's very important that the front view, top view, and side view are aligned. So they have to stay within the confines of the shape itself. Okay. And then I'm going to do my top view. So these are my guidelines here that I'm making. Obviously, you're not going to make this shape. That's just too easy, but I'm giving you an idea of how to do it here. Okay, so you'd have your front, your top, and your side view, and your isometric view. That's what I'm looking for these last 4 images. On these images, I'm only looking for the isometric, which you can do in Desmos. So here is your Desmos. I'm going to use the line segment tool. Okay, so in Desmos, there is a way to show a point grid, but I have not, I can't figure that out actually right this minute. So there is a way that these are all points, and it makes it a little bit easier when you're making a line segment. However, I'll just go ahead and show you. I'm going to make a orthographic cube. I'm going to kind of make my V here, and then I'm going to come up from here, and then here. Now, if you can figure out how to put points on this thing as your background, I promise that'll make it a lot easier to do. But as you can see, it is possible to do this. So this is my isometric cube, front, top, and side. And then basically you would take a snipping tool, or you can save it. And so you can save this as cube. And then I believe you can share it with me. Then you can go here, you can click that, and then you can go to your worksheet, and you can do, you can either take a picture of your cube, or you can put a link to the cube that you created in the worksheet. So either way is fine with me, okay? Um, so that's Cami, that's Desmos, and another way to do it is just to double click on the drawing, and that'll bring up your Google drawing, and then you can just draw it right in here as well, okay? If you want just a isometric, I'm gonna go ahead and put that in there as well, so you can just draw it on isometric paper too, if that's preferred. All right, so that is the assignment in a nutshell. So we will go through that, but if you miss class for some reason or need to watch the video again, then that's basically what we're doing. All right, okay, good luck, enjoy.